listen to this. Now, remember, don't trust what media is putting out. Try to look behind what's going on. All right? Remember Fiddler? Apparently, it's supposed to get rid of whistleblowers. This guy works with children. Just let me read this to you. I think you'll pick up on some of the things in here. All right? Why did Auburn grad kill himself in front of the White House? So this is the dude, right? Cameron Burgess is his name. He's an Auburn University graduate. He graduated in 2013. Cameron Ross Burgess, known as Just Cam to many friends, was a normal college student at Auburn University who liked to travel to the beach, watch movies, and play video games, a former college friend said. "We were good friends in college," said Chris Call in an interview with AL.com. "He liked to joke around. He was kind. He had an infectious laugh." But shortly before noon on Saturday, Burgess shot himself with a handgun as he stood near the fence on the north side of the White House, according to the Secret Service. He fired several shots, none at the White House. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump were in Florida at the time. So, normally when people shoot themselves, do they shoot several shots? I'm just wondering. So he shot himself with the handgun, and he fired several shots. Burgess, 26, was from Moline, a small town in Shelby County. He graduated from Thompson High School in 2009 and from Auburn University in 2013 with a degree in psychology. Call has no idea what could have caused Burgess to commit suicide in such a public place. Somebody's making a point. "I was surprised, definitely," Call said. "It seemed out of character. It didn't seem real." Call said he knew Burgess when he worked at the Department of Human Resources in Auburn, and he sometimes discussed his work. He was dealing with really hard situations, Call said. "I'm sure it's stressful. He cared a lot about doing what was best for children he worked with. He was an incredibly kind person. So he worked with children in bad situations. Keep that in mind." Another friend of Burgess, Laura Meadows Terrell, wrote a tribute to him on Facebook. Quote, "Cam was an employee of mine when he lived in Auburn. At DHR, he was tasked with enormous responsibility of assessing the safety of abused, neglected children and ensuring that their situations were left better than before. He was always a joy to be around, even what seemed like the worst of situations. He was able to bring some light and positivity to those around him. I remember him being very strong in his faith. Last time I saw him, he came by my office for a visit. He brought me a Starbucks and we chatted about his future. He seemed genuinely happy and I was thankful for that. I don't know what happened and I'm not in a position to judge. What I do know is that he helped a lot of children in bad situations, and I was able to witness that firsthand. He definitely earned a few jewels in his crown for that. I will hold on to my good memories of Sweet Cam." The AP reported that Burgess most recently lived in Gainesville, Florida, and worked as a clinical case manager at the University of Florida's Child Protection Team, a unit that responds to child abuse over a wide area of Central Florida. Could be a whistleblower. Could be a whistleblower that works at Child Protection Team. An empty handgun case was left on his unmade bed in the Gainesville apartment he shared with two others on a tree-lined street just a few blocks from the University of Florida campus, where he worked helping abused children. There were 9 rounds still inside the gun case. Justin Ford was distraught when told of his roommate's death by the AP reporter, saying he had been texting Burgess for days about rent with no answer. He said he also hadn't heard about the shooting at the White House. "I must have seen him 4 days ago or something," Ford said. He said it wasn't unusual for Burgess to leave for a few days at a time. Sometimes he would just leave and go camping on a camping trip or something. Ford accompanied AP reporter inside Burgess's home and was shocked when he saw the gun case that was probably planted there. Ford said the quiet 6'2" bearded man had been a gentle, generous roommate since he had moved in last August. I had no idea about him having a gun, he said. Ford described Burgess as a traditional conservative and a gamer, saying he spent hours in his room on a computer. Oh, let's read that again. Ford described Burgess as a traditional conservative and a gamer, saying he spent hours in his room on his computer. A poster hung on Burgess's bedroom wall for the game Skyrim. A dozen bottles of hard liquor, probably planted, sat next to his computer. Or it's college, it's college type stuff. Either that, it's either college type deals, or they were like, oh, but just listen, this is a really crazy article. He had friends here. It wasn't like he was some loner, Ford said. AP quoted Ashley Abell, who said she worked with Burgess at a Baptist-affiliated summer camp for children. A summer camp for children in Kentucky in 2012. Cam was always encouraging, and he had the best laugh, she said. He didn't talk a lot, but it didn't cause concern. A mutual friend said Burgess had battled depression recently. Oh, a mutual friend, huh? I would have never, and by the way, he works seeing all these kids being neglected and abused. So I don't know. That's one sentence in this article. Is there documented proof of this? You know what I mean? I've had depression in my life. Everybody has depression. I'm just saying. It just seems like he had depression, he killed himself, end of story, move on. I would have never expected it from what I knew of his character, she said, and it made me sad because I didn't keep up with him. She added, I worry about why it was in front of the White House. On his Facebook page, listen to this. On his Facebook page, Burgess shared pictures of himself at the beach and having fun with friends. In the only picture featuring a gun, Burgess appears to be target shooting at a pizza box with a handgun. That's right. Pizza. Pizza. That pizza box isn't getting up, he wrote. That pizza box isn't getting up, he wrote. Call said he didn't remember Burgess talking about weapons. Call said Burgess had moved away from Auburn, and he hadn't spoken to him in about 8 months when they met for lunch. Everything seemed fine to him. He was always joking and having a good time. When he heard that Burgess had shot himself in front of the White House, I didn't believe it, he said. It didn't make any sense. Something changed for that to happen. What's really going on here, folks?
All these clues, they were left for me like breadcrumbs.